Hey guys, it's Katie, and if you didn't see on Twitter the other day, I went on this major cleaning spree of my Goodreads page because I'm one of those people who, when they get stressed, they like to clean things. It's kind of a bit of a problem actually, but yeah, I'm a little bit stressed out at the moment. I'm definitely feeling overwhelmed by absolutely everything these days. So basically, what I did is I went on my Goodreads and I was just like, okay, I need to organize this. I'm not happy with how things are going. And so I went on a bit of a spree. And the biggest thing that I did while I was there is I literally took off all of the books of a series, because what I tended to do for a long time was when I would find out about a series, I would literally add every single book in that series to my to read list. And I've recently come to the conclusion that that's probably not a good idea, because over the last couple of years I've come to realize that if I don't like the first book of a series, then I just won't continue with the others. So then I have to go through and delete all of the ones that I don't plan on reading, and while that's very cathartic and very nice, it's also really time consuming and kind of annoying. So what I did is I went through, and for most series I took off all of the books except for the first one, because I'm still interested in pretty much all of the series that I've got on there right now, but there are 95% of them I don't know if I'm gonna like. So I took off all of the extra books, and that took down my DVR quite a bit. There were a few series I left alone because I've either read books by the author and I know that I like them, or I just have read the first book of the series and I know I'm gonna like it, or it's just I don't know how to describe it, but I know I'm going to like a lot of the books that are still there if you see multiples by an author, or this series or the author has been highly recommended to me by someone that I trust, so that I just know that I'm probably going to enjoy the books that they've recommended to me. Or in the case of one, there's one series on there that I know that I'm not gonna love, but I'm gonna keep it on there for pure enjoyment's sake, because one, I have a friend who wants me to read it and she just has no one that she can talk to about this series, so I'm gonna do it with her just to be that kind of buddy. But yeah, for the most part, as I said, I just got rid of the big, like if it was like if I had 23 books from the same series, I removed 22 of them and left the first one. That was a long explanation of something that didn't need to go that way, but I felt like I needed to explain it. What I did was I actually started creating my tentative TBR for 2020, because I am garbage and I can't not plan things out, even if it's like, you know, still about 12 months away. I can't help myself. I don't know if a lot of those are still going to be on there by the time we actually get there, but for as of right now, those are kind of some books that I know I won't get to this year because of their size and because of my time constraints and things, that I definitely know I want to try and get to as soon as I possibly can. I did add a few extra books to my TBR for this year. Probably get through them a lot quicker than most of the other books that I like to read. So I'm hoping I'll be able to get through everything that I have on my 2019 TBR, which I believe is now up to something like 43 books. Yeah, it was originally at like 27, I think. So yeah, I added about 20 books. I am just making things so much harder for myself, and they don't need to be this difficult. But I figure, looking down the line, once I am finished with the bar, we might go away for a period of time, and if that trip is anything like the one that I just got back from, I read like 5 books in a week, and I could have read another one if I really wanted to. But if this trip that we're planning on, or these trips, whatever, that we're planning on taking, it allows me time to do things, then I'm probably going to be able to get through more than I think. Plus, I always read more in a year than I usually expect. I just set my goal lower because one, I like to see myself surpass things, and two, I never know how much time I'll have in any given year, so I always set it a little bit lower. But based off how things have been going over the last 2 years, I think I could probably get to more than I'm thinking. And then another thing that I did is I actually got rid of my tertiary to read list because one, there were like, what, 7 books on there, and I thought it was dumb. So I just moved them up to my secondary or wherever. I did a lot of revamping. So I got rid of that one. And actually what I ended up doing with my priority and my secondary is actually kind of shifted things. I know that there are some books that I actually have, and I kind of just shifted those up to priority because I feel like I should get to the ones that I've already got, regardless of whether they're an ebook or they're a physical book, because I actually have them already, whereas the ones that I put on secondary are the ones that I want to read but I don't actually own. But there is still a nice mix of things that I do and don't own on both of those shelves, but now it's more primarily on my primary shelf is things that I actually have that I should get to sooner rather than later. But, that can change once again because I am a very changeable person when it comes to organizing things sometimes because I'm never fully satisfied with how something is. Even if I am at one point, it can change at any point. I actually created another shelf called the can acquire or can easily acquire shelf. And the reason I created that is because, for those of you who don't know, this is a 97% of the books that I read are an ebook. And I have a friend and we kind of share books back and forth, and a lot of the books, well actually most of the books that are on that shelf are books that she has. And so I just figured that, just to make it easier so I don't have to go and buy them, that I can just kind of do the sharing thing with her, because as I recently found out, if you get books like ebooks on Amazon, a lot of them actually have like a sharing function where you can loan books to people, which I thought was really neat and I never knew about before. And so you can share them for a limited period of time with someone else so they can like read them, and then it's kind of like a library system, and I thought that was really neat. So yeah, I'm planning on hopefully utilizing that a little bit more if I can, because as I said, not all books have that function. But yeah, and I think those might be the big changes. So just to kind of like recap, the big thing that I did was I got rid of subsequent books in series beyond the first one, unless I know I'm going to love it. Second, I got rid of my tertiary TBR to read list because there weren't many books on there and I just thought it was kind of a waste. Third, I created a new shelf for books that certain friends I know that also had ebooks have, so that I can just borrow from them or get the books from them rather than buy them for myself or get them by other means. Then I also started creating my tentative TBR for 2020 because I am literal garbage and I can't not plan ahead. I even toyed with the idea of creating TBRs for 2021 and 2022 just so I can generally know when I'm kind of planning on reading the books on my TBR that I have right now. It's not going to happen because I know I won't stick to it that far out. I am sorely tempted, and I'm going to ask you guys, please talk me out of it, because if you don't, I will literally give in and do it anyway. So please talk me out of it and just keep your eye on me throughout the year, because I know I will be tempted constantly throughout the year. But anyway, the big main changes are what I said before, and I mean, I know I'll probably do more change things throughout the year, but I don't know if anything will be this drastic like I did. It's one giant drastic change as every year. I'm considering getting rid of my read light shelf, but at the same time, I think they're just too large of a piece of me that just can't let that shelf go yet. Despite me revamping my entire want to read shelf, we're just gonna stick with what I've got. But anyway, this video was kind of a mess, but I needed to talk it out and tell you guys about what I did. No, I don't even know what I'm saying anymore, but know down below what some of your organization methods are, and if you like to go back through your TBRs and your want to read shelves and whatever and organize them or reorganize them or do drastic crazy things like I do, because I'd love to know. But other than that, that's really all I've got. So you guys know the drill at this point, and I have both of my social media links down below. I have a Twitter and a Goodreads, so feel free to come find me on those, and we can have more conversations and more fun book shenanigans can ensue. And I will catch you later with another video for you guys soon. Okay, bye!